Hi everyone, it's Sarah at Cornish Papercraft. I just wanted to bring to you today a quick and easy card. The inspiration I got from this card was from this one, but obviously this paper is now retired, so obviously you can't get hold of that one. And I did make a big boo-boo on this one because I did stamp the DSP upside down. So from this one I decided to use the Sail Away suite, and the first one I came up with was this one, using the pale blue DSP and balmy blue ink and card. And then I came across this one, more darker, more punchy, more in your face. So this is the one we're going to make today on Night of Navy card. So I'm just going to leave those there just so you can see the underneath parts of them. So Night of Navy card. Let me just get my trimmer in there. So literally we're going to score straight down the A4 at 4 inches, straight down. And then for the length, we're going to go at 11.5 and just score that tiny piece off. So all you're wasting is that tiny little piece, and you can get 2 cards out of A4. Score in half, which is at the 5 3/4 mark, and just go over a couple of times where you'll get your score line just there, and fold. Obviously you can burnish if you have a bone folder. If you don't, just sort of, you can use your envelope punch board knife, just go over just to give it a crisper fold on that one. So that is all the cutting done for this part. Let's put that bit there. For the DSP, I'm going to be using the darker of the two again with the more prominent chips. So all you need to do is take off 1/8 of an inch off your card base. So if I do this bit first, it was 5 3/4 in length for the card. So you take 1/8 off and chop. And the same with this one. So 4 inches was your card base. Take off 1/8, and I think this one actually does measure it. Yeah, there we go. Sometimes you may, what I call, get a bit of fluffing down the edges. This is because I am using my old trimmer. I do need to get a new one at some stage, or change the blades over to a newer pack. So what you can do is just get a pair of sharp scissors and just go down the edges, just neaten it up. There we go, just so you can see the edges are more crisper now. So that's that bit done. So, and the reason why you've taken off that little bit is just so you get that matte laying edge just around it, so you can see the card edge right around that one. So for the next few pieces, I have already gone and cut them because I am determined to use up some of my scraps. So for the long swirly piece, the white piece of scrap is 1.5 by 4, which means the blue bit to go underneath it will have to be 1/8 over and 4 1. And again, that just gives you that matting and layering look. So that's that one. The bit with our friendship isn't one big thing, so that part is 2 1/8 by 1 7. So this one's going to be 2 2 by 2. Again, to give you mattering and laying. And the smaller part for the last one, this one is 1 7 by 1 4. So this one will be 2 by 1.5. So those are all the scraps that I found just in my little box. So now the fun part is, let's do the stamping. So let's see if I can get this to work on camera. So what I should have said at the beginning is I'm using the Beauty Abounds stamp set, which is a current stamp set. I'm using this is what I'm calling the swirly design. Our friendship isn't one big thing, it's a million little things. So 3 stamps, 1 ink, Night of Navy, still in the classic pad as you can see. And that matches obviously with the cardstock and the matching DSP. So let's get messy with the ink, because this is bound to go wrong probably on camera, but we shall see. So I always have a piece of scrap paper whenever I'm doing any stamping. This is, as you can see, a collection. So I've done a lot of stamping, but I just like to reuse it and just fold it over. Great believer of waste not, want not. Plenty more uses in it yet. So just going to bring that one back in so you can see it again. So once I've inked my stamp up, I always like to just have a quick look at it, just to see if there's any ink missing. So I can see on this one it's looking a little bit thick on the side, so I'm just going to stamp it off to see what it looks like. No, that's fine. Again, so give it a quick check and then try and line it up. I am awful to trying to work at a diagonal, but as long as you can see where your card perimeters are, you can get this stamp in. Sometimes it will stick. There we go, done. That's the first one done. So dirty ink blobs at the back. So that's the first one. The second part is going to be the Our Friendship Isn't One Big Thing. As you say, I've already put them onto blocks. So the first block I used was a block H. I don't know if you can see, it's etched on the side there. I don't know if I put my hand there. You can see the H, there we go. So this one's on a block C. There we go. And all I've done is I've used my cutting mat to line up the sentiment, just so that I know when I'm putting it on the block it has gone on as level as it can. So I do tend to stamp things off once. See, there we go. So I had it upside down just to double check it's coming off okay. And again, I usually like to lean down just to my stamp, so I apologise if you've got a view of my head. There we go. So that's that one done. Another stamp over there. And the last one, is the stamp, it's a little million little things, and this is on a block B, if you can see that one just there. So just double check that one. So it's a little bit smudgy, that one, for some reason. Not quite sure, so I'm just going to give it a quick clean. Obviously when you're using your Stampin' scrub, you've got this side here which has got the water drops in the corner, so that's the side you need to be wiping any ink off. And on the opposite side you've got the sunshine, which is one that just takes off any last little bits. So let's try that one again. Okay. So last little piece of scrap. Let's see if I can get this one right. There we go, done. So I always, before I start assembling anything, I usually like to close my ink pad, purely because I end up putting the edge of the card into the ink. Now you can use typical standard glue. A lot of my cards I use a glue by Hobbycraft, just standard tacky glue. I don't tend to like the opening on these ones, I find they're a bit big, so I've bought the smaller version, so it's got a more controlled nozzle on it, and I just refill that one all the time with these. Just put that one back. For this one though, just for quick of the video, I'm going to be using a tape runner. So let's get started putting everything together. So I am just going to turn that around just in case any of that is wet. So the first thing I like to do is to pop the DSP down first. Just in case you're wondering what DSP stands for, it's Designer Series Paper. And then obviously make sure you've got your card opening the right way. So, and then just make sure when you're popping it down, you've got that little bit of a layer behind it and smooth it down. So that's the first bit on, and obviously if you've got a DSP with an upside and downside, make sure it's facing the right way, unlike I did on this one. Then to get your swirly flower part. Oop. So let's pop that one onto there first. There we go. What I am going to do is just quickly stick the other two bits down just whilst we're here. That one, and then the last one. So this is a really quick and simple card. I mean, if you're into bulk card making, what you could do is cut all your card bases and then cut all your DSP into a pile, and then you could do all your stamp all your sentiments and cut all the scraps out. So then all you've got to do is a mass sort of production line putting everything together. So the first one I like to put down is the flower, because obviously this one, it kind of weaves in. So this one goes down first whilst holding this edge up to pop this one down, and then this one goes down on top. I do like to set myself little challenges and then wonder why. So just pop that one down just towards the edge there, and then smooth down the sides, but obviously just keep that one up a little bit. Then grab your next one and just tuck it underneath that one just a little bit, so you're not covering up any of the lines as in the wording, just on the edge of it. There we go. And the last one, which is going to go down at the bottom, and this is just going to cover this one. There we go, done. Quick, simple, one card base, one ink, one DSP, one stamp set, done. You could of course change this. I mean, I did do the Balmy Blue, which I do like, but you could change it. I mean, that suite has many different colours in it. Let me just grab some of it. So you've got the compass in there, you've got stripes in there, there's more of the compass, more stripes, navigation, news, knots, there's all sorts in there, and it goes with a lot of the current colours, so I shall be trying to use up quite a bit of that. So there we go. So I hope you've enjoyed that one today. So 3 different cards, 2 from the same suite, 1 from an old suite that's just been the inspiration. Love to see what you make and how you turn it around. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.